More than that.
Right? 2007?
Yeah.
2007?
Shit, like
right?
12 years.
Right? See? So it's just...
Alright, man. Let's go.
Let's rock with it, man.
Let's go. Fuck.
Welcome to my block. My name is Andre Webley, and I'm going to be the host of this podcast. This is where you're going to get a glimpse of my lifestyle and business, as well as picking up some healthy tips and tricks that will help you make a lifestyle change, starting with your body and mind. Are you ready? Let's do this.
They asked, could he deliver another classic? Who else carried the field on their back with this rap shit? So I treat it like it's my last hit when I craft this magic. How we approaching every single track with, and let it burn slow. For my town, I'm feeling like it's my turn. So integrity in my pen is with every verse.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the latest edition of the Band Show with yours truly. It's a great day. It's a great day at all. You know, we're chilling. We're all chilling. You guys are listening. We're all chilling. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'm here with one of my co-hosts, a buddy of mine that we've been friends since a long time.
Very long time.
So it's exciting, you know, first time doing this with each other. Hopefully, you know, it'll be a blast. Before we get right into today's topics of what we're going to be doing today, I do want to mention something real quick. Thank you guys for those of you that have listened to the previous podcast. A few things that I mentioned in there, a few personal stories that I did talk about, something that was really personal, something that I would really never talk about. So I do appreciate those of you that have commented on it. I appreciate it. So for those of you that do listen to this podcast and don't know what I'm talking about, just check out the previous podcast and yeah, so you'll be informed. Without further ado, let's get into today's topics. I would like to introduce my co-host of the night.
Hey guys, my name is Andre Webley, and I'm an entrepreneur. I own Andre's Fitness Trainer, and Manny's been one of my better friends for a very long time. I don't know how much I could tell you about Manny before I start boring you, but I think he's a very intelligent guy, you know, and I applaud him for doing this because it actually made me want to do this, you know. So it's an awesome feeling to, you know, even just be sitting here with Manny. And I hope we could do this a little bit more often, you know, and just start doing shit.
Yeah, hey, why not? Appreciate it, you know. Hopefully we could do this more often too, so we get, you know, it's exciting, you know, doing it with a buddy of mine from years, you know. So, all right. So today, let's get right into a topic that I do want to bring up. Weed, marijuana, cannabis, that THC.
Mm-hmm. The good stuff.
So, actually, before we do that, why don't you talk more about, you know, your whole entrepreneurship and what you're doing? That way we could get right into that right after.
Okay. All right. So, this whole entrepreneur, fitness, professional, personal training, it all got started about like, close to like, geez, I'm gonna be 27 this year. Started around 8 years old, 6 to 8 years old. My parents had got divorced, and it was one of the hardest periods of my life. Like talking to people wasn't helping, you know, the counselors weren't helping. I kept getting into fights, I kept getting suspended. You know, I even stood back a year because I missed so much school from fighting. And it drove me nuts to the point where, like, I didn't want to fight anymore, but it just kept happening. And one day I just went home and I didn't want to fight.
Or are you going to be led?
And
You got to push yourself.
one day one day I was so upset. I went home and I wanted to just, relieve some of that pain. So I started doing push-ups and sit-ups until I couldn't really move so much. I couldn't afford to be angry. And if I was, it wasn't, I wasn't trying to swing at anybody. I had the energy to. Over time, people stopped picking on me, stopped picking on my brother. I felt good just to know that even though the kids didn't say anything, they started to notice that don't mess with him so often. Just he's cool. He's I got a couple of friends growing up that even though it was like 2 or 3 of them, they were some of my better guy friends. Shout out to William and Jose. They held it down, and in 6th grade, my dad had a heart attack, and 9 months prior to that, he had went to go to see his doctor. They told him he needed to change his habits in terms of eating, and we did that for 9 months, and it was the most painful thing for me to go through at that time, because even though he changed his health and the things that he was eating, like, it still happened. And it was the worst period that I could think of, that shifted my life to being where I am right now. And it was the most perplexing thing going through that at that time. My dad was the kind of guy who would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, hit the gym, go to work, come home, make food, do the same thing all over again. And for that to happen, my dad was the strongest dude in my life at that time. He still is, And he was always somebody I looked up to. So it hurt really bad, and to see him in that hospital, lying down, and thank God he's still alive, it hurt. I couldn't talk without crying. That's how bad it hurt. And it took me a while to be able to share that with people and actually get going on this road. That's what really straightened me out on the narrow and just had me going to this path. Even though I didn't think I would be here, that's one of the things in my past that definitely shaped me into being who I am and doing the things that I do. And I don't ever want anybody to feel like that. If you have kids or if you had parents that either passed away or had the similar kind of things, you know how it feels. Or if you don't know how it feels, you don't want your kids to feel that. And I promise you that. Like, that's the worst feeling ever, not knowing if somebody's going to pull through. Yeah. So I'm doing my best to encourage all my friends to take their health into their own hands. And it has to start somewhere. So whether it's a traumatic experience or just a learning experience, wanting to be better for the people around you, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to bring that to people, because I don't want anybody to feel horrible. Like I'm telling you, I'm getting hot right now thinking about it. And it's a wonderful thing when we're helping each other. And I think this whole thing about life is about helping. If my dad wasn't there to show me the right ways to either just ride a bike or throw a football, or even, if he wasn't there to teach me to cook, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing. Like, I also run a nutrition program for my clients, and I think it's one of the better things that personal trainers aren't really offering. Not just nutrition such as, hey, here's this, diet plan, and follow this diet plan. More or less, these are the things you should eat, stay away from. You can have, you can dip and dunk into certain things, but you don't want to kill yourself trying to be healthy, So that means there's healthier ways to make food. There's healthier ways to do fried chicken. And if you follow me on Instagram, built by Andre, you'll be able to see some of the things that I do in terms of food. Like, I do a lot, but I make sure I do it the healthy way, the healthier way. And I do it with love, man. You gotta cook your food with love, because if your food don't taste good, you're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Now, I do want to bring this up real quick. You doing nutrition and things like that. How do you feel about taking like supplements?
Oh damn. So as an athlete as well, I think supplements are good for after you know how to eat. So again, with my clients, I show them how to eat. I just don't only tell them this is what you should be eating. I show them the way that I prepare my food. I will invite them to my house, and some of my clients can vouch for this, and I'll show them, and I'll prep their food for them. It's also a service that I offer free of charge. If you don't have the time to make your food, then, this is what I do for a living. Excuse me. But, supplements, what really irks me, and, Herbalife, right? That's one of the things that really irk me, and it's not because you guys are supplements. It's more or less of the way that I've been approached in my personal experiences when somebody says like, hey, try this shake. I'm just like, can you tell me what's on, the back of it? Do I really need those things that are on the ingredient list, the nutritional value? Like, is it really worth it? Are you teaching people how to eat? You know what I mean? Are you just going to give me this shake and tell me, take it for 12 weeks? What happens when I can't take that shake anymore and I'm throwing it up? What do I do after that? Do you have some plan for that? Is it just working out? Because everybody works out. We all know we're supposed to work out. But it's about implementing those things that change your life. And it's foolish because I've seen people come off of Herbalife and not do well. And they're just like, they don't know what to do. But I've also seen people take that route where it's just like, hey, I know I need to be eating real food. I need to be getting value for my food, and it's all possible. We all know that we should be eating. We all know what we should be eating. Not necessarily if you're allergic to something. Yeah, you go and get that kind of thing situated. But if it's clear as day, it's literally black and white. Don't have fried chicken from KFC, deep fried in oil, or when you make it at home, you make it with coconut oil or avocado oil, and you use like gluten-free flour or, garbanzo bean flour. Use a different kind of flour that doesn't really have wheat in it. I'm just saying because I'm gluten-free, just because it makes my stomach feel better, and it's a lot easier when you have to go use the bathroom, right? And I'm just gonna get that out there. So for those people who talk shit, it's easy for me to take a shit. But supplements, it's one of the last things that I want to implement in anybody's diet, because I want you to be able to know what you're supposed to be eating. If I pull something away from you in terms of a shake or a supplement, and you fall apart, you didn't really know what to do from the beginning. You just knew that this shake worked. Yeah, I'm not gonna take anything away from it. You see the results. You know what I mean? But I'm not about the results. I'm about like what's really happening. Like, why are we in the fitness industry? Why are we in the health industry? Are we in it to make money, or are we in it to push forward? It's a little bit of both. But I think you should place people in value over cash. It doesn't make any sense to be an entrepreneur and not give the best that you could give to people. Like, I work for free for so many people, and it you know what it did for me? It showed me my value. It showed me what I'm gonna put up with, what I'm not gonna put up with, things that you're not gonna do, things that I'm not going to accept, the mistakes that I've learned from. Yeah, they're not really mistakes, they're just like lessons, and I think everybody deserves to learn a lesson and be taught the proper way. And if you are taking supplements, I hope you know how to, I hope you know how to prepare your food the way that you love to eat. That is the healthiest way to make sure that you are having make sure that you're having the proper nutrition and, I lost track. Proper nutrition and diet. You want to make sure that you're running on the proper fuels and not getting sick. You know what I mean? So, that's just my little thing on I could dive a little deeper.
Why don't we? Because we all know there nowadays, right now, a lot of people are taking Herbalife.
Yes.
I know you mentioned that that people are just taking it. They don't know like what's in it.
Mm-hmm.
They just say, "Hey, it makes you lose weight. Drink this twice a day."
Yeah.
Instead of having breakfast and lunch or breakfast and dinner or whatever, just drink these and then have yourself a dinner or whatever. Whatever 3-course meal after that. So, how do you feel that now? That's all that's happening right now. We don't know if they're actually doing the exercise. We don't know if they're actually putting in the effort.
Yeah.
So what can you say about? Lost my train of thought as well. What can you say to those people that all they do is just drink Herbalife? Like, I know you mentioned a few things before, but if you could go deeper into it.
Don't depend on supplements to do the hard work for you. Everything is hard, and that's as frank as I could put it. Anything you want to work to, that you want to last, is going to take you a decent amount of time to, achieve. So for those people who take supplements and they want a quick fix, it does not work like that. You 9 times out of 10 probably get sick before, or you'll probably get sick and get the results that you want. But what's the point of being sick with a pretty good looking body but can't do anything with it? You know what I mean? Is that just keep doing the things that you're doing, keep grinding away, because one day it's gonna pay off, right? You never know. Like, I've been working out for so long, and to the point where it forced me to get aggravated with the job I was doing, to be like, hey, become a personal trainer. But these are all things I've been doing for a long time to get me to the point that I am. So if it's podcast, you never know if you're destined.